welcome to Gia Gat's Country Kitchen. We're out here in our blueberry area where we have 38 bushes that are now, we've got all different, we have the early ones, mid and later blueberries, and they are coming in loaded down and looking great. We're picking a bunch of them today. We're going to be making some blueberry cobbler. This is not going to be your traditional blueberry cobbler. We're going to be using almonds and oatmeal that we grind up, and we're going to make our crust out of that, and it's going to have a crumb topping on it, and it's going to be oh so good. So let us get these all picked. We'll jump right in there and get to cooking. Okay, we have our blueberries here all nice and washed, and what I did is I have about 5 to 6 cups of blueberries, and that varies. If your blueberries are really sweet, some of my bushes, you'll realize you'll have your favorite bushes. Some of them are like really sweet and some are not. So if you're buying them from the grocery store and you try them and they're not like sweet enough, you want to add some extra blueberries, extra sugar, you can. It's not going to hurt this recipe at all. But I'm going to give you, how I generally make it. So I have about 5 to 6 cups of blueberries, and what we're going to do is you can have either cornstarch or arrowroot, 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, so I'm going to use arrowroot because that's just what I prefer, and we're just going to dust that over our blueberries here. Get all that out. Sort of sticking to the side. All right, about 1.5 tablespoons. And give or take, it can be a little more, it can be a little less. You don't have to be so worried about getting all just perfect here. So we just want to dust these with it because this is what's going to thicken them blueberries up whenever they're in the pie or cobbler that we're making. Okay, so then I have 1/2 cup of sugar, and we're going to just dust that in as well. And we're going to let this just sit here while we're making the crust. Just sweeten up and get ready to go in that cobbler. Making this is not too hard at all. It is great for parties. Families just love this. Putting ice cream on top of it. Oh my goodness, you just got a favorite right there. It is so good. All right, so we're just going to let that sit while we're getting this other ready. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grind up some oatmeal that I have. I just have whole rolled oats. Okay, so I have a Ninja here processor that I love to use. It's just convenient, easy to move around, what have you. So we're going to put our oats in. Let's see how many we can get. I'm going to do about half of them. And what I have here is 2 cups of whole rolled oats. I'm going to put about half in there at a time. And what we're going to do is we're going to grind up the oats and the almonds that I'll be showing you in just a moment. And there's one of them. And we're just wanting it to be really fine. It's normally, if you don't want to use oats, you can use flour, but you just want to use about 2 cups of flour, all purpose in it. But we're going to use these oats, and look at me making a mess. It takes just a second there. You just want to try to get it fine, and you can feel and see, just don't get in the blades. But oatmeal, the great thing about it is even if we didn't grind it, it would still work. because the moisture would just soften it up, and it doesn't take much for oatmeal to soften up. So the next thing we're going to do is I have a fat cup of almonds. Now you can use almonds that have the skin still on them. It's just after we roast these, you want to rub some of the skins off. I've done it both ways. You can leave them on, you can leave them off. It's a little bit of taste difference. But what we're going to do is we're going to put these on a baking sheet before I grind them up, and we're going to roast them for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got our almonds roasted, and these are already blanched, so they do not have their skins on them. And so what I did is, by roasting them, it releases the oils in them, and it gives it a much greater taste, a nuttier taste in whatever you're baking. So I'm going to let these cool a minute, because right now if I immediately went to grinding them, we'd be making almond butter real quick. So I want these to cool a minute, and then we're going to put them and we're going to grind them just like we did our oats and put it into our mixture. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I got the almonds in our chopper here. Nice roasted and cooled down. You want them to cool good, because one of the things that makes a really good crust in this is when we put our butter in this mixture and we blend it together, it does not just melt and get too soft. So you want your butter, good and firm. So we're going to grind these up. Don't over grind, because like I say, it will, if you see it start sticking to the side, then it's starting to form almond butter. It's grinding it up, because these almonds have oil in them, and that just really gets released in there, starts blending together. So we're going to dump this right in here with our oats. Get where it sticks to the sides, because it does have that oil in it. Sometimes it will stick a little bit. There we go. All righty. Get this blade out of the way so nobody gets chopped. Okay. Now, so we're going to take and blend this mixture together here. And what I have is a half a cup of sugar that we're going to pour in here. So all this has in ground almonds, ground oats, half a cup of sugar. So a cup of almonds, 2 cups of oats, half a cup of sugar. Now we're going to blend in 2 sticks of butter. And I will show you the beginning of that. I won't make you watch all the way through. But what I like to do is just open up those packages and go ahead and slice and put in using your paste. This is called a pastry blender, and it's for making pie crust and things of that sort. So it just helps go ahead and get some little pieces put in here instead of just throwing that whole stick over in here. Okay, we'll get those all in. I'm going to start blending that in, and you just press and twist, and that butter will start just coming and attaching itself to the oats and almonds, and will make like a little crumb. Alright, so we're going to get this other stick in here. That all put in there and get it blended together. And if your stick can be, good and firm, it helps, like I said, with the whole texture of your pie crust here. So keep it good and cold. All right, now I'm going to work this for just a minute, get it ready, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all blended. Okay. As you see, we have some good little chunkies in here, and most of the almond and oats have picked up on the butter, and the rest of it will come together when baking. We don't want it to get too, melted in here. So right now what I have is I have my pan that we're going to be baking this in, and we're going to put about half of this mixture. Just sprinkle it into the pan, and then we're going to press it down. And then save, around about half to go on top. So we're just going to press this down around the edges. Now you can do a smaller dish, and if you want it totally enclosed and you don't want just the top and bottom on it, you can press it up the sides and do all that if you want to. It's up to you. If you want it to be totally enclosed and you want a real thick layer, you might want to make a little extra on your mixture here and do like another half of a batch, and that gets it real good. But this usually does real great right here. Okay, so once you press that down in the bottom we press, the top we sprinkle. So, alright, we're gonna just take our blueberry mixture that we blended together. We're gonna pour that right on top. Make sure and get all the goodies out of the bottom, because sometimes the sugar will want to, when it liquefies a little bit with the juices and all, it wants to settle in the bottom. So we want all that good stuff in there. Now you can do a mixture of berries if you don't want to just do blueberries. You can put raspberries in it and blackberries. You can do all kinds of, just according to your liking. But today we're doing the blueberries because that's what I have coming in. It's the season for the blueberries. It is for strawberries too. So you could certainly add strawberries. Sometimes I'll do a mixture of them. But we have 4th of July coming up. This is a wonderful pie for that. I call it a pie. It's sort of like a cobbler and a pie blend together. It's whatever you want to call it, we're going to call it. Just sprinkle the remaining amount on top. Spread it out a little bit. And we're going to bake this on 350 for about 30 minutes. You want it to look golden brown. You want the blueberries to be oozing the juice out and it to thicken. And you'll know when it's done. It'll look beautiful. And I will come back when we get this out of the oven and I will show you the finished product. Okay, I got this hot out of the oven. I've had it setting and resting for about 5 minutes. You can see it looks great. It took about 35 minutes in my oven. It may vary to yours. It could take up to 40. You just, check it out. Keep an eye on it. And with it, using the oatmeal in it instead of flour. If you were just using flour, it's going to brown a little easier. With oatmeal, you can even put it up on broil for about 2 minutes and it'll toast it up really good. So that's all you'll need. But it will firm up as it cools as well. So remember that. So don't cook it until it's just like no liquids. You want the liquids in here. But let's take a look at this. Doesn't that look so good? We're going to serve this up with some ice cream. We're going to just put us a little scoop right in here. And get some of them good crusties on top. We'll let this one be John's. He gets extra. And I have, this is just a Breyers vanilla ice cream. It's a dairy-free. It's made with oat milk. It's really, really good. And we're just going to have that with it. So there you go. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? I hope you enjoy this recipe. Try it out. Great for 4th of July. Your family will love it. And like I say, you can make it with oatmeal. You can make it substitute with the flour, either one. Both are great. But serve it up with some ice cream and enjoy it. Thank you for watching Gia Gat's Country Kitchen.